Hey everybody, this is Jeff from Pacing the Pension. Kind of really doing my first long video. This is the first one I'll actually try to get out there and get posted and everything. I had taken about 4 or 5 different videos, plus I had some long videos. I was going to do in small segments and try to put them all together and everything after going to a concert last week. I'll talk about here in a minute. But I failed on trying to understand that, and still lifelong learning on how to do some of these YouTube things and get after it. So I'll ask some questions here in a little bit and get your guys' feedback, and maybe some good feedback will help me out as I continue to learn how to do these and get after some of this stuff in the future. But yeah, so just doing some reflection, and if you see me looking down, I'm just looking at some of my notes that I wrote down so I could do this reflection and put it out here and everything. Since I don't have the other videos to be able to put it out there, that I already did some of this talking for in the live when it was actually in the moment. But yeah, so part of this for me over the last weekish was a week and a half ago I did or about a week and one day I did a half marathon, my first ever half marathon in Louisville, and then turned around and 3 days later drove down to Murray after sitting in the car for 3 hours, driving down and getting to go see my second son in concert for his last concert of the semester and everything like that. So then trying to balance doing the running and going and seeing my kids and their special events, and trying to balance still doing a full time job right now as a second retirement or second job, I guess, after retiring from the military. So yeah, it's doing some active recovery and everything during this week. Also, I did the half marathon and turned around 2 days later, did kind of a 2.4 kind of mile kind of shakeout, very slow, kind of just getting blood flowing in the legs again. And then turned around and did the 3 hour drive down to Murray the next day after working 5 hours. And then was going to run again, but God had his mysterious ways with letting the skies open up with some thunder and some lightning, and knew that wasn't the time to go out and do any running. So I didn't do that, and so then it turned around, and after I drove back on Wednesday, did 5 miles that day. Just needed to really get things going, but very slow, very easy, very zone two kind of run, and enjoyed that run down to Freeman Lake here in E-Town. And then turned around and gave myself a break, and then did the long run on this past yesterday, and did a 6.5 mile again, very zone two, just to kind of still recovering and everything like that. So it was a good week, but capped off with the highlight of the week was definitely going down to Murray to go watch my son in concert, and seeing him perform, magnificently, of course, and that whole Murray State band just doing what they do is just truly amazing, and the effort that those kids put in, and while trying to do their own studies, and they take their time to rehearse and make sure they put a top notch, very professional type concert together. And I was very appreciative to see them in concert, and especially to see my son out there performing like he does. So that was great doing that. So this whole thing for me of pacing my health, pacing myself, pacing the pension, as this channel is called. It's more about proof of my health span. Right, 2 years ago, as I reflect, I wasn't even 2 years ago that I went through a C5 through C7 fusion of my neck. Thank God for the VA and the great doctors that they had, and they community carried it out into the community for finding one of the best neurosurgeons out there, and realizing, yes, I needed to have the neck surgery. And they did that, and come forward a year from that, and the idea that they released me, saying I could get back active again and do things and get after some of my health that I wanted to do, to have that quality of life that I wanted to have. The only reason why I decided to have the surgery and everything. And so it was nice. So then a year ago I started running, and wanted to make sure I was in that zone too, looking at the future, not just looking at a quick, okay, I can run, so let me go do it right away, or see that I could do something right away, and think I could do a marathon right away. No, it wasn't never about the sprint. It was about the long haul, and getting after a zone two, very slow, methodical kind of pace, to pace my pension, pace my health span, pace the wealth span, pace my own body span, and making sure I could do the things that I needed to do for that and everything. So just wanted to make sure I could, and the main reason for doing all that, just to close it back up again for that piece of it, is, the reason I decided to want to have that health span and do some of this running was so I could get out there and enjoy the moments I just did this past week, right? To be able to go and say I did a half marathon and then turn around 3 days later and go out and see my son in concert, go to be there for my family, be there for my kids. And in the future, as my kids decide to get married and have grandkids, not that I'm asking you guys to do that anytime soon. So if you guys are watching this, don't think that you need to go do that right away. I can wait on being a grandpa right now. But just wanted to go ahead and that's what it's really about for me, was making sure I could have a health span that could lean out to that lifespan that I want to be able to have and be able to enjoy that. The big moment again for me was seeing my son in concert. It's the emotional reason behind this channel, as I keep mentioning. And it's not just it wasn't just about the performance either. The great performance, great, like I mentioned already. But it was to be able to spend the time afterwards with him. And this is twice in 1 month that I made the trip down there. And the years past, I wasn't able to make one trip, without hurting, and not really. I was there, but I was hurting and not really there in the moment. And in the last month, I've been able to go down there twice to see my son in concert and to spend time with him afterwards, and still be able to make the drive back and still go to work and still be able to do some running and everything. So, I can definitely see where my health span is improving, which is, in the long run should improve my lifespan, and be able to use that wealth that we all try to go out there and have, right? All that great wealth, that pension that we, in the military, that we strive for, right? To be able to go out there and want to be able to use that and not just sit at home and see it still collecting money, but yet you're not able to use it because you don't have the health or, to be able to go out and enjoy any part of it. So it's nice to be able to do what I've been able to do, and then to spend the time with him after the concert was just truly amazing. Go out and get something to eat and see how things are going for him to close out his semester and get ready for his senior year in college. It's hard to believe that he's getting ready to be a senior in the fall. So yeah, it was about showing up, right? It was about showing up. The retirement planning isn't just about the money. It's not just about the running. It's not about the numbers of the jobs. It's not about the, running the numbers of the money. It's not running, putting the numbers in a system like Bolden, which I use. It's not about putting them in Excel to verify things or to get other people to look at them. Go and see a financial planner. It's more than just the money. It's more than just the numbers. It's more than just going and running. It's about being present and being able to enjoy my life, be able to be out there for my family. And part of that for me is not just about health, right? We talk about that a lot. I talk about running a lot, and because that's my big thing that helps me out a lot. But the other thing that helps me out, and one of the reasons I still work right now and plan on working probably around another 3-4 years, is the learning piece. It's keeping my mind active. And one reason I wanted to start this channel was I'm learning about stuff like this, right? How to do these videos. And as I mentioned at the very beginning, I struggled with trying to do these videos. And that's why I'm doing a reflection video versus just sitting there and doing putting 4 or 5 little clips together with some videos of my son's concert in between, which I'd still love to be able to do. And hopefully somebody out here that's listening and watching this video, if you have any good techniques for an old retiree that's not looking to spend a lot of money right now on a program, have a great, better idea how I can maybe collect all those things together and do a better job with these videos. I appreciate any comments you may have. Put some comments below. Also, hit that like button. That way I know that you watched it and maybe enjoyed this video. Maybe it reflect something for you also. But no, it's not. It's more about being alive, right? For me, it's about being alive and being able to be active, mind, health, body, just so I can enjoy my life, be able to be there for my wife in the future as we continue on in our journey. After we're getting ready to celebrate 24 years tomorrow. I can't believe it, and it's been a long journey, but it's been a great journey with my family, with my wife, and I want to be there for my kids, like I keep mentioning, right? And just being able to enjoy everything that there is about life, right? And it's hard to do that if you're only able to go from the bedroom to the couch, or from the couch to even this little office down here in the basement, right? It's about being out and being able to see what's going on in the community and in our world and be a part of all that. And so that's what I wanted to make sure I could be able to do. I didn't get to a 24-year career and then be able to just sit on the couch and do nothing, right? It's like that wasn't what I wanted to do. And so I'm happy that I have an opportunity to do that and be able to pace this pension. that are out there, and be able to show up for those that need me and want me, and I get to be around. So again, if this resonates, if you like it, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll try to get better at these. I promise. That's my task to myself, and would like for you guys to help me stay accountable for that, and trying to get better at doing these videos, and doing more stuff out there for everybody, and hopefully it can help you out. So if you have anything that you'd like me to talk about or bring up, please let me know if you have anything you'd like me to talk about also. So that would be grateful also. And again, if anybody has any great comments about what I could use as a program to be able to put 4 or 5 videos together versus me doing this very long, drawn out one, which I got the inspiration for doing these, I'll be honest, from Joe Kuhn. He's very raw with his videos, and I appreciate his rawness that he does with his videos, and he's been one of the influences behind me wanting to start to do this myself. So shout out to Joe Kuhn and what he does out there, and everything also. But this is Jeff from Pacing the Pension again. I appreciate everything that you're doing, and just remember that smooth is steady and steady is smooth.